What's up, guys? My name is Ms Shannon and I'm from Untitled Trivium West. Now, today we are going to be reading a fable together, and the fable is called The Owl and the Grasshopper. Make sure you're listening because we're going to talk about it in a little bit. The owl always takes her sleep during the day. Then after sundown, when the rosy light fades from the sky and the shadows slowly rise through the woods, out she comes, ruffling and blinking from the old hollow tree. Now, her weird hoo-hoos echo through the quiet forest, and she begins her hunt for bugs, beetles, frogs, and mice that she likes to eat. Now, there was a certain old owl who had become very cross and hard to please as she grew older, especially if anything disturbed her daily slumbers. One warm summer afternoon, as she dozed away in her den in the old oak tree, a grasshopper nearby began a joyous but very raspy song. Out popped the old owl's head from the opening in the tree that served as her door and window. "Get away from here, sir," she said to the grasshopper. "Have you no manners? You should at least respect my age and leave me to sleep in quiet." But the grasshopper answered saucily that he had as much right to be there as she did. Then he struck up a louder and even more raspy tune. The wise old owl knew quite well that it would do no good to argue with the grasshopper, nor anybody else for that matter. Besides, her eyes were not sharp enough by day to permit her to punish the grasshopper as he deserved. So she laid aside all harsh words and spoke to him very kindly. "Well, sir," she said, "if I must stay awake, I'm going to settle down right here and enjoy your singing. Now that I think about it, I have a wonderful wine here, sent for me from Olympus, of which I am told Apollo drinks before he sings to the high gods. Please come up and taste this delicious drink with me. I know it will make you sing like Apollo himself." The foolish grasshopper was taken in by the owl's flattering words. Up he jumped to the owl's den, but as soon as he was near, so the old owl could see him, she pounced on him and ate him up. Flattery is not proof of true admiration. Do not let flattery throw you off your guard. So, that was an interesting fable, huh? I believe one of our virtues was being shown in the opposite way during this fable. Do you think that you can figure out which one? If you would like to pause and take a few seconds to think about it, you can. It was integrity. The owl was being dishonest about the things that she was trying to say, and she was trying to say things so that the grasshopper would do as she had liked. Owls are very intelligent creatures. In fact, I have some very interesting things that I'm going to share about owls that you probably already know. Owls are nocturnal animals, meaning that they only stay awake during the night, which is why during the story, the owl couldn't see during the day because she's nocturnal. They also eat small critters and insects, and they can turn the head 270 degrees. 270. I can only turn my head 180. That's crazy. Another interesting fact is that there are over 220 species of owls. That's a lot. Do you think you can name any other interesting facts? If you do, I would love to hear them. You can go ahead and put them down in the comments, and we can check some of them out. All right, so today's lesson, we are going to be making something called the Owl Who Craft. I'm going to show you what the finished product is so that you're aware of what it looks like, and this is it. It's a little owl. Now, when we make this, I'm going to let you know what kind of supplies you need at first so you can gather everything, and then we can start. So, my base is a cup, a plastic cup, a styrofoam cup, a paper cup. Any of those cups works. So if you have any cups lying around, please grab a cup. If you do not have a cup, you can take a white piece of paper, which I'm sure most of us should have, and fold it like this so that it makes a circle, and then use tape right here to tape it all along. So that way you can use that as your cup instead. You're going to need scissors, glue, and I would say if you would like, you can get colored pencils, crayons, markers, just in case. And then you're going to need a few different colors of paper. Now, you're going to need white. If you are going to be using my example, you're going to need the colors white, a darker brown, and a light brown. And you have your white, a darker brown, and a lighter brown. Or if you would like, you can also use the color tan. That would work as well. And you're also going to need tan for the top parts of his eyes, so make sure you have a tan color. You're going to need to use black for your eyes and orange for your beak. And you already have the white because that's some the ovals. So once you have all your supplies, come back to the video and then we can start talking about it. All right, so now to get started. Your first step is to make some feathers for your cup. So now, like I had said, if you do not have any colored paper, if you only have white construction paper, that is fine. Just take your colored pencils and pick your colors that you have, anyone, and you can go ahead and color them. For this one, I actually colored all of my little feathers because I thought it looked a little cuter. So I made that like this, but I do have one where I cut them all out. So if you would like and you have only white, you can go ahead and color them. If you only want to make a white owl, you can go ahead and use white pieces around your paper or around your cup or anything like that. It's up to you. If you want to make a full brown owl, you can do that. If you want to make a full white owl or a tan owl, whichever one you like. But if you only have white paper, you can go ahead and color them. If you even want to, you can go ahead and make it any color you'd like. It's up to you. It's your owl. So if you want to make a whole bunch of different colors and put them on there to make it a rainbow owl, that is fine. If you want to do, a pink colored owl, you can do that. If you want to do your favorite color, which mine is blue, so I would have done a blue owl, you can go ahead and do that too. But you're going to need to make your oval shapes. Now, your oval shapes aren't all going to look the same, so that's okay. But all you're going to do is you're going to take a piece of paper and you are going to draw on there an oval for the top and then just a line for the bottom, so it looks like this. It kind of looks like a thumbprint. You're going to use that, and that's going to be your oval. Now, I'll show you some of my other ones. They don't all look the same, so that's okay. As long as you're okay with the way that it looks, then that's good. All right, so you're going to cut out a few pieces of this. I would not say too many, but a decent amount. So if you need to pause the video here so you can go ahead and cut your pieces, go ahead, and then once you're ready, we can continue from there. All right, your next step after you have cut out your pieces is to take all of those and start putting them on your cups. Now, when you put them on your cups, you're going to want to put them in rows. And what I mean by that is instead of just taking them and putting them, up here and over here and over here, you're going to put them together in a row. So on my bottom one, I put it where they would hang off the edge, as you can tell. So you're going to put them all around the edge in a row. And then you're going to go to your next row and put them kind of right above where you started so that the bottom oval part should be right on top. So it should kind of look like that. So it would show a little bit of the bottom color and the top color would be like right in the middle. So you're going to make sure it looks as a row around the entire thing. So you're not just going to place them anywhere, but it's going to be in a row. As you can tell, I have it where they're all diagonally meeting up. So make sure it's in a row and you're not just placing them randomly. Now, once you have glued down all of your pieces, and don't forget to pause if you need to, once you have glued down all of your oval pieces for your feathers, you can go ahead and put your cup to the side. And then we are going to be making the face of your owl. So for this, you can use any color. If you want to use the tan color that I had used for my face, you can use the tan color. If you would like to use a dark brown, you can do that. If you want to use a white because you're making a whole white owl, you can do that. If you want to make it colors like this, whichever you like. You're going to, but in order to make this, you are going to take a piece of paper like this, okay? And you are going to fold it in half so that, each side connects, and then make sure that you crease along that line. Now, it should have one side where it's folded and then one side where it opens. Now on the side that is folded over here, you are going to draw your handprint. So your wrist should be right here, and then your hand should be up here. Now if your hand is too big for the paper, that is fine. If you want to fold it the opposite way, you can fold it, instead of hot dog style, you can fold it hamburger style, so that way it's bigger for your hand to fit. If you want to just draw a hand on there like I have, you can do that as well. But you want to make sure that your wrist is down here in the bottom of the part that cannot open, because when you cut it, you're going to want to leave this part right here so that you can open it up like that, so that they're connected. You want to make sure that they're connected, because if not, then it might look a little bit weird, but it should be connected. Now, once you have your hand cut out, you are then going to place your hand to the side and take your black paper and make 2 little circles like this. I used the bottom of my cup to make my circle. I figured that it was a perfect size for my owl, and so I used the bottom of my cup. It doesn't have to be perfect. Mine kind of looks more like an egg than a circle. So if you find a circle or something to help you make a circle, that is good. And then you're gonna make 2 of these for 2 eyes. And once you make those, put them to the side. Your next step is to make 2 smaller eyeballs for that. For the small white pieces, I used my glue sticks bottom. I put that on my white paper and then traced it, and it looks perfectly fine with that small little circle. Then you'll have the 2 little white pieces for your eyes. So make sure you have 2 of those, because you have 2 of the black pieces for your eyes. And then your last step is to cut out a little triangle for your beak. Now when we cut this out, I'm going to show you how I made mine so that you can see how it opens like this. But if you can't get it, it's fine. You can make it however you would like. But you're going to cut a triangle out like this. So it's going to be long on the top, and then it comes down to a small point. So it's just like a giant triangle. Once you make this, you are going to take it and fold it in half. So this corner and this corner should connect. So you take it and fold it in half like that. So once you have it like this, and you make sure that you crease it so that way you can tell where that line is, you're going to reopen them. And then you're going to take this side with this point and push it down so that it meets the bottom point here. And then you crease it again right there. And then do the same thing with this side. Take this point and push it down here. It doesn't have to be perfect. It might look a little weird, or take a little time to get, but it doesn't have to be perfect. Now, once you have it like this, you're going to take it again and fold it in so that it creases on that line so that it's a small little triangle. Now you open it up, and there's your little nose. Now when you're placing this down, you're going to want to make sure that on the back, when you have the open parts, you're going to make sure that the 2 triangles that go down like this, these 2 parts, are the ones that you're gluing open. So you would glue the 2 parts right here, and then that's the only thing. And then glue it down, so that way when you glue it, it'll have that little open beak. Okay? If you look at my bird, it does the same thing. I only glued the flaps right there on the inside so that the beak opens. But if I close it like this, then it looks just like that. Got it? All right. Now, once you have your pieces, your eyes and your beak and your hands, you're going to then put them all together. Now, for your last step, you should have your cup looking like this. So it should have all of your pieces on it, and it should be ready to go. What you're going to do after you're done with this is you're going to take your little face, and you can place it anywhere on the cup that you think might look the best, and just glue it right there. So you should just be able to glue, it should just be this part right here in the middle. And then maybe if you want to put on the sides a bit, so that way you can flatten it. Or if you just want to do the middle, that's fine. And glue it right on your cup, so that when you glue it on your cup, it'll just stay like this. All right? So that was your owl hoot craft. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you guys want to say or leave any comments, you can. We will see you guys soon, and I hope you guys have been doing well.